Some even died from sheer fatigue. The city was gripped with terror. The residents were whispering of curses, demons, and plagues. Today, we're diving into the stories that slipped through the cracks, the creepy corners of history you weren't meant to see. Welcome to Interesting History, where we're uncovering 3 of the creepiest events lost in time. It was the summer of 1518 in the city of Strasbourg, and a strange fever swept through its people. But this fever wasn't like anything they had seen before. One woman, Frau Trophia, stepped out of her home one morning and began dancing. Not with joy, but with a relentless, fevered intensity, as if driven by a force beyond her control. She danced for hours, her feet pounding against the cobblestone streets, her movements becoming more desperate as the day dragged on. But it didn't end there. Within days, more people were drawn in. 10, 20, 100. Townsfolk danced until their feet bled, until they could barely stand. They would collapse from exhaustion, yet somehow continue. Some even died from sheer fatigue. The city was gripped with terror. The residents were whispering of curses, demons, and plagues. The town's officials, desperate to end the strange affliction, hired musicians, thinking it would somehow allow them to dance the illness out of their systems. But the music only seemed to fuel the madness. It's said that doctors diagnosed them with hot blood, a problem with the humors, the ancient belief in bodily fluids controlling one's health. But others thought it was something darker, something beyond human understanding. To this day, the cause of the dancing plague remains unsolved, leaving only whispers of possession, strange curses, or mass hysteria as possible explanations. Imagine waking up to a cloudy morning, but instead of rain falling from the sky, something thicker, stickier, and far more mysterious descends upon your town. This is exactly what happened in Oakville, Washington, in 1994. It wasn't water that fell from the sky. It was a strange, gelatinous substance that coated everything it touched, sticking to roofs, cars, and the streets below. And as if that wasn't unsettling enough, the people who came into contact with this strange substance began to fall ill. They experienced intense dizziness, nausea, and memory loss. One by one, people fell victim to these strange symptoms. Samples of the blobs were taken to labs, and scientists were shocked to discover they contained human white blood cells. But how? Where had these blobs come from? And why were they raining down on this quiet town? Despite extensive testing, scientists found no answers. Some speculated it was part of a covert military experiment, a bizarre fallout from a secret operation. Others even suggested it was biological waste from passing airplanes. But no official explanation was ever provided. Oakville's residents were left with no answers, just memories of that strange rain and a lingering fear of what else could fall from the sky. Our last story takes us back to one of the bloodiest battles of the American Civil War, the Battle of Chickamauga in 1863. Tens of thousands of men lost their lives here, and legend has it that not all of them left the battlefield. For over a century, this place has been haunted, not just by the memory of the battle, but by the soldiers themselves. Survivors and later visitors reported strange sightings, ghostly apparitions wandering the battlefield, soldiers in full Confederate and Union uniforms reenacting scenes from the battle. Some claimed they could hear the anguished cries of men, the thunder of cannons, and even smell gunpowder lingering in the air. But perhaps the most terrifying figure was Old Green Eyes, a ghostly apparition with piercing, glowing green eyes that has been seen drifting over the battlefield at night. Legend says he was a Confederate soldier whose head was severed during the battle, his spirit doomed to roam the land in eternal anguish. Over the years, many have seen him, and some even claim to have felt his cold breath upon them. His green eyes glowing in the darkness. Was Old Green Eyes real, a product of ghostly lore, or a figment of the imagination driven by the horrors of war? The eerie sightings at Chickamauga remain to this day, with some visitors still hearing strange whispers in the night, feeling the unshakable sense that they are not alone. 3 events, 3 terrifying mysteries, 3 dark corners of history that defy explanation. Who knows what other secrets the past has hidden from us? If you're fascinated by tales like these, hit that subscribe button for more. And remember, sometimes, history's shadows hide more than just stories.